It's really good advantage. So some parents ask me, because engineer is like for some people or for some girls, they don't do well in the math. So is it really hard to study? So whether they can graduate, so maybe they couldn't graduate after 2 years. It's a really hard question.
No. Well, put it this way: for engineering is all about problem solving.
Yeah.
So maths is very important. So you have to be good at maths. And even I have seen students who were not bright students, but they were hardworking students. So if you are hardworking students and you are committed to your studies and you have done maths, then you should be okay, because you are working hard, and then we are here, the lecturers are here to help you. We'll understand if you have got any problems. The lecturer will be able to come and explain to you, and you are hardworking, you should be okay. Engineering is always deemed to be hard because of problem solving, but it's actually not hard if you work hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to be prepared to work hard, and then it becomes quite easy.
Math is strength of Chinese students.
Yes.
Because the math is compulsory class.
Correct.
Yeah. But the math is not compulsory in the high school in New Zealand.
Yes.
So
and that's where our students struggle.
it's easy for them to handle.
Students, we find, in my experience, students from India and China, they don't struggle with maths because the level of maths is quite good.
Yeah.
And they are really good. Then, if you're good at high school maths, the engineering maths it becomes applied maths. So how do you use maths to solve a problem? That's what basically it is. So if I give you a circuit diagram, how do you apply maths to do a calculation of current or voltages or resistors or whatever? So it's a maths being used, but in an applied way. By the way, engineering is not only for boys, engineering is also for girls.
For girls.
Yeah.
Well, what's the percentage between boys and girls?
We normally find, generally, if you look at engineering, there are a lot less girls doing engineering because they think it's a man's.
Yeah.
But it's actually not right. A lot of engineers, there are a lot of bright engineers who are females. And so engineering, electronic industry is not about getting your clothes dirty. You work, people...
It's not a labor job.
Yeah, it's not a labor job.
It's a mental job.
Come well dressed into their job as engineers. And girls can do as good as a boy can do engineering degree. So I would encourage a lot of Chinese girls to come up and do engineering. As you probably saw in our class, there are quite a good number of female students that are doing engineering. So gone are those days when we think engineering is only for men. It's actually not. It's actually for men and women, or boys and girls. So I would encourage a lot of Chinese girls to take engineering. I'm trying to tell my girls to do engineering.
Really good job and really good pay.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, it sounds so great, the major. And what's the entry language level, or what's the entry academic level if they apply for this major?
Yeah, so the important thing is you finish your high school and you must have done maths. So if you're saying in China, for example, maths is compulsory, as long as they've done their high school and they've passed all their courses including maths, that meets the academic requirement, and then you have to meet the English requirement, which is an IELTS of 6, I think, if I'm not wrong, with no level below 5.5 for IELTS requirement. So English requirement is very important, because if you don't understand English, then it becomes very difficult to understand engineering when you come here. You will not meet the entry requirement, but then even if you do meet the entry requirement and you are still struggling with English, it becomes very difficult to understand because all our teaching is in English. So you need to understand, hear in English, understand, and then be able to do assessments in English as well.
Yeah, there's still language class in Nzse. It's called Nzse L4, right? So actually, I strongly recommend my students to come to New Zealand to study English. Maybe it will take 17 weeks class.
Yeah, so English language is another program we offer, and I've got a colleague of mine, Daniel, another academic director, who will talk more about English language.
Yeah, so they don't need to feel stressed.
So they don't need to stress. They can come to us.
Yeah.
We can get them ready for English,
Yeah.
So we can get them ready for
Big
engineering.
gap, big progress.